Afternoon, Mathewson's.
What's the lot number?
So we'll give you a ring just before the lots take place.
Are you trying to answer the phone while you do it?
Absolutely.
Pardon?
In the Mathewson's dynasty, the elder statesman needs no excuse to leave the office.
We have a nice little trip just near Telford to see a couple that have got a sizable car collection, of which they're going to move on 4 really nice vehicles. Looking forward to seeing them. Well, a lovely collection of vehicles all told. He's a restorer himself. He painted a couple of these vehicles and he's done a very, very good job by all accounts. It works on his cars basically all day long, from what I can gather. So, yeah, can't ask for more than that. Can't be a bad guy.
Shropshire is one of the cradles of the industrial world. It's steeped in engineering heritage. And on a farm in a quiet corner of the county are some glittering examples of British motoring excellence.
I'm self-taught. When we were young, we had to drive these cars every day to go to work and back, and you had to keep them on the road. We couldn't afford to buy posh new cars to go to work, so we had to repair them. Now I'm getting older, I can't handle all the maintenance, and so I need to reduce my collection.
Ron Jones is getting ready to let go of 4 of his most prized possessions. Every one a bona fide classic.
I love a little motor car, Mini Traveller, 1965. It actually hasn't been used on UK roads at all since it was imported some years ago. It was kept in a collection, and I bought it off the gentleman who had imported it into the UK. The paintwork isn't perfect, but it's quite reasonable. It has been painted, probably more than once.
The timber trim Morris Mini Traveller was introduced in 1959 and was one of many British cars to feature wood as part of its design. The earliest British woodies were custom-built conversions for grand shooting parties. A tea room on wheels. The classic Woody was the Morris Traveller, which predated and outlasted its Mini rival. Unlike the Morris Minor, the wood on the Mini was merely cosmetic, not part of the vehicle's structure.
It has the original slide-in windows, which are quite a rare thing now. It has the original upholstery inside. There's a little bit of TLC there, I think. Original wood. It's a Traveller, but they do call them woodies because of the obvious. And because the wood goes rotten, a lot were destroyed. But this one coming back from Texas, it's in quite good condition and it's all original. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a popular sale. No rot at all. It's all ready to go. Nice for some enthusiasts to take it now to the next step and look after it.
And Ron's collection has other iconic British motors, including a couple of sporting classics.
We've got an Austin Healey 3000 and a Triumph TR2. Rebuilt this about 8 years ago. Been to Le Mans in it. We've been around Spa track with it. So it's done quite a few miles with us and it's always performed extremely well. So I do enjoy the challenge of stripping and rebuilding and sourcing all the parts. That's part of the enjoyment for me. We're rebuilding another one. I don't know why, but we do these things. So this one needs to go, which is, don't really want to part with it, but it needs to go. Austin Healey, big Healey, BJ8, one of the last ones they produced. This one came back from Ohio, USA. It's still left-hand drive, never changed that. Solid car. It's original inside, original seats, which is good. This one's got that much torque. Once you've got it moving 30 miles an hour, you very rarely change gear.
The fourth, soon-to-be-departed vehicle is a very different beast, but for many, it's the jewel in Ron's collecting crown.
It's an Austin 7 van, an original van. It started its life as a milk delivery van. Total stripped down nut and bolt, engine rebuild. That's the way the door opens. Very basic. I did the paint work, but this was done by an artist. That isn't vinyl, that is actually off the brush, done correctly. All done by hand. I've put blinkers and stoplights on. The only light that would be on the vehicle would be this one here, originally. The roof's only a skeleton and covered over with a vinyl. The original one would be a cloth cover. Couldn't get the spare wheel right back, so they adapted the doors. That's how they were originally built, to take the spare wheel.
Moving his treasures on is going to be tough for Ron.
It's not just the car, it's the time, the history of the car, the time you've put into the motor car, the care you've taken with it. When you time to part with them, that part of that goes with the car, and you want them to be looked after. I would hate to think that they're going to become museum pieces and not used on the road.
Now then, how are you?
Derek's arrived in Shropshire to pick up Ron's stellar quartet of vehicles.
Hang on, my knee's playing up. Got to be a bit steady getting out of this cab after 3.5 hours in there.
Yeah.
How you doing, all right?
Fine, thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Ah, how about that? Hello, Ron and
Sandra,
Sandra. Nice to meet you, Sandra.
do you think you'll be able to work that round? And,
Yeah, I'll back you out again. Yeah, it won't be a problem, mate. Yeah,
Oh,
it'll be
that's
sound,
good.
mate. Yeah. Should we have a look then?
Yeah.
So is it a collection that you've had for a little while then, eh?
Yeah, getting a little bit too old now for,
Aren't we all, mate?
you
Aren't we
know,
all?
to do them all. So this is the little van.
Absolutely super.
Yeah.
And she starts and runs all right, Ron?
Yes, yes.
Lovely, isn't it? I love little vans.
Yeah.
We've got an affection for little vans.
Pretty original.
Ah, beautiful. Absolutely lovely colour scheme.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's absolutely lovely. And what else we got then?
Do you want to see the Mini?
Yeah, whatever. Is she opening here, mate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's got the 1000cc engine in and not the 850,
Not the 850,
but they all did that. And never used it.
That is the trouble, isn't it, mate? Yeah. We have a little bit of drama here, on, don't
Yeah,
we? Well, she had a little knock or
a
something.
little bit of damage there.
Sought after though, aren't they? But it looks structurally sound. Wood looks okay, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Let's have a look at the others, eh?
Yep.
And the other one being the Healey. Healey and TR2, yeah. Well, that's a nice selection of cars, isn't it?
Yeah, built that about eight, 9 years ago.
Did you? They're a lovely, reliable old car, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're a nice old thing. Lovely. Nice colour. Right, we'll get them out then. Well, just line it up then. Scott, watch that tree as I go out. It's a little bit concerned about that. Looks a little bit risky to me. We'll see in a minute.
With only a nervy Ron to help him.
It's tight up there. Got to watch that bit of tree there, look. OK?
Derek loads the vehicles on for the trip to Yorkshire.
Absolutely lovely. Right at the end, mate.
These British classics should fetch a pretty penny.
That's it there. That's it, perfect there. Money-wise, well, a nice traveller will do 12 to 15 grand. This is like a 12 grand van, in my opinion. The TRs have to be a stunner to do 20 grand, so I personally would put it towards 20 grand, that area. A Healey is a difficult one. I personally would put it round about the 30 grand mark.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be far out with that. I'm going to put them all back in the garage now.
I've got family members I'd part with before some of these, you know, but we're at an age where we've got to start thinking about moving a few things on, haven't we?
Yeah, it's sad, but they've got to go. I've still got 1 or 2 to play with, so it's not too bad. Thank you, Derek. Cheers.
Derek's arrived back with his haul, covering over 30 years of British classics.
Oh, we've got some good motors here, Joe. Ah, some good stuff. He was quite upset, but he's got too many. We've always got too many. We've never got enough room. So all in all, we've got to sort of wake our ideas up and sell a few. All of us, all the collectors out there, they've all got too many. But 4 nice cars, I was very lucky, really. Right, she should be on the button straight away. Oh, look at that.
Derek's a believer in handing over the reins to the next generation, and it's little Jack's big chance.
I'm gonna let you drive this. Always pull away in second gear in one of these. Otherwise you break half shaft, just like that, bang, snap it. Yep. So always pull away in second. Wonderful little vehicle. So rare. Nice and steady. There you go. Isn't that just beautiful?
I liked it, yeah. Something a bit different. Obviously, I'm not used to driving stuff that old, but yeah, once you got going, it was all right. It just pootled along.
How old are you, Jack?
18-year-old, and he's driving all these fancy motors. He should be paying us, not us paying him, shouldn't he? Yeah, come on.
The Shropshire cars all have something for Derek to admire. He's definitely a man who knows what he likes. The very British collection that Derek picked up in Shropshire are now on display and looking good for potential owners to peruse.
One of my all-time favourites over there, Austin Healey. Before I leave this world, I've got to own one of those. The trouble is, I keep just getting there and they go up in value again. Yeah, you can soon put 100,000 into one now. But all-time favourite, probably one of the prettiest classic cars I would think ever produced. Lovely. But again, have you noticed where the steering wheel is? Which is going to affect its value. In right-hand drive form, in that condition, I would think probably 50 to 60. In left-hand drive form, I bet that knocks it 20%. A little TR2. I'm a big fan of these as well. Half the price of the Healey, in my opinion. I think this is shouting 20, 25,000. I haven't actually seen a 2 sell for a while. I don't know where, I don't think the market has gone anywhere in the last 18 months, to be honest with you.
Like all the Mathewsons, Dave has a soft spot for a commercial vehicle.
She's a little sweetie, isn't she? Isn't she lovely? Yeah. Nostalgia's a massive part of our industry, isn't it? And these little things you can actually see, you can just see them, can't you, working, you know, and I think they pull you back. And you can see the guy with the brown coat on, can't you, with the hat on and the wicker basket jumping out of that, can't you, saying, hello, hello, Mrs. Smith, how are you? Okay, yeah, blah, blah. Yeah, an absolute sweetie. You can't help but love a little Mini Clubman, can you? Minis have a tremendous following. Clubmans have their own little niche there, they really do. The Mini there, that's shouting 12 to 15,000. Probably the same sort of money on the van, I would think.
The days leading up to a sale is the time to come and see the treasures and have a natter. And on auction day itself, amongst the temptations, are Ron Jones's British 4-car collection from Telford.
A 1965 Austin Mini Woody, super little thing, start me on that, whereabouts? 8, we're away, 9,000 pounds. That looks cheap.
9,100.
9,100. I did say I'll submit anything over 9,100, so I will. I think we're undervaluing it a tiny bit, but never mind, we'll talk.
Ron accepted the bid, and the Woody went on its way. Next up, the restored 1955 Triumph.
TR2. This is an absolute beauty. Start me where you like. Come on. 20, 19, 18, 17.
Valued at £20,000, Derek tried his best.
Cracking car. 18 and a quarter. 18.5. Got more on my sheet, but we'll talk.
19.
We'll try. 19. Gonna submit it then. 19 provisional.
Ron let the TR2 go at a grand less than expectations.
It's smart looking, isn't it? I must admit that looks nice.
But the ever-popular Austin Healey 3000 should reach its guide of 30k.
Nice looking car, this. 24, that looks cheap.
Do you want to go for that?
26, 27.
She's going up all the time.
That looks cheap. 28,000. 29, 29.5. Gonna sell it. We'll sell it. We've got a bit of discretion.
OK, that's fine.
Plenty of these
Thank
still
you very
advertised
much,
at 65 grand. 29,500. I know they don't get it, but they ask it, don't they? Telephone bid. Sold. 29.5.
He was expecting to pay about, I think he said about 35. So when it was at 29, he was like, yeah, got to go for it, really.
Somebody's going to get a nice car if he accepts that. We'll see.
At only 500 under its guide, it's sold. And that just left the delightful delivery vehicle, once common on British roads.
Now, this is something else. Beautiful little vehicle. As a little gesture, whoever buys this is going to benefit from, Mick, as it's a milk delivery van, or it was in its day. There we are, at great expense, a crate full of period milk bottles for the successful purchaser. A little gesture, a present from us. Now, yeah, here we go, 1936 Austin 7 van. You will be over the moon with this van. Whereabouts then? £12,000. Don't forget the crate and the bottles that go with it. Now that must be £1,000 surely. On sale and going 13,000. 14 and a quarter. 15. 15,000. 15, 16. 16,000. £16,000. 17. 17,000. £17,000. Fair warning, gonna be sold. 17,000. Well done. Well done.
At £4,000 over its estimate, the little Austin 7 more than made up for Ron's sports car's deficit.
Nice little van. Guy came last week, said it wasn't good enough. He must want a good one, mustn't he? Must have some high standards.
I'm a custodian of some classic vehicles. They need looking after, they need using. And this particular little van, I think, is a standout vehicle in the garage because its livery is very lovely, but it's just a very cute little vehicle.
As every geographical cliché lover knows, Kent is the Garden of England. But for men like Russell Beswick, pistons take precedence over petunias. And he's loving spending time with his latest acquisition, Molly, the 1936 Austin 7 van.
It's proper period. It looks like it's something out of the Hovis advert. You can imagine this going up well, probably better going down a steep hill than up a steep hill, but in Yorkshire, you can just imagine it on a cobbled street. It just epitomises a 1930s commercial vehicle. They were workhorses. No one ever cherished them. Its lifespan was probably 10, 12 years, and then on the scrap heap, it's a great little van. It's in such beautiful condition.
For a connoisseur like Russell, it's the small things that maketh this motor.
This wasn't a modern vehicle in the 1930s, so I think they started in around about early 1920s, and they didn't evolve much, to be honest, so it really is pretty much early 1920s vehicle. So, for example, they didn't have indicators. This has had indicators fitted front and back, but they would have been much later. So you had what was called trafficators. That's how you'd let someone know you were changing direction. They were activated by vacuum. No heater in this car. There is period air conditioning, which actually has wind-up windows, which actually is quite sophisticated for a 1930s vehicle. But you had little ventilators here that you'd open to cool yourself down, or the ultimate in air conditioning was the windscreen itself would pivot open. The dog likes it. Dudley likes the wind in his ears. Oh, come on then, Dudley. Good boy. Right, come on then. Let's go for a drive in Molly. Your knees are up round your ears.
And having a handy private road means Russell, Dudley the dog, and Molly can trundle along at will.
Generally, anyone that knows me knows that me and Dudley are inseparable. He loves coming out with me. If you go over a speed bump, any faster than about 3 miles an hour, it's going to throw you off your seat. There's not much going on in the way of suspension. And brakes, you're probably better putting your foot out and sliding your shoe like you used to when you stopped your push bike. You do have to concentrate. It's a pre-war vehicle, so it'll wander all over the road. You find yourself constantly trying to compensate for it wandering everywhere. You measure the 0 to 60 with a calendar, not a stopwatch. Definitely not a responsive vehicle, but there weren't many cars on the road back then, so I guess none of it mattered. I'm very fortunate to have managed to find someone who has spent so much money, time and effort in restoring the van to its current standard. It was such an attractive purchase because we could use it on day one. Beautiful, started first time. Yeah, I love it.